Okay, this is a review session for the test. It's going to be on Friday, so take good notes, pay attention, and if you can do this review session, you should be set for the test. The first thing that you need to know how to do is just how to plot the polar coordinates. And remember that the two things that are in this coordinate are r, which is the length of the line from 0, and theta, which is the angle, and it can be in radians or degrees, so it's in r theta. So the first one is 2 pi over 3. So you just look for 2 and 2 pi over 3 and put a nice big dot there. The next one is 7 pi over 12. Now you're given the pi over 12, so we just have to count 17 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each one of these is a 12. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So here's 17 over 12. So at 1, we would be right there. So they're the easiest points you're going to get on the test. Next two questions. It says graph the polar coordinate and then find two other polar coordinates for the same point. This was on your quiz, and a lot of you missed this, so pay attention how you do it. First, go to 4 pi over 3. So here's pi over 3, and there's 4. Okay, so that's the point. You plotted that polar point. Now, let's think of another way to write it. And so if we use the negative angle, so instead of pi over 3, let's go from here negative to get to there. So that would be negative pi over 3 here, negative 2 pi over 3, negative 3 pi over 3, negative 4 pi over 3, so this is negative 5 pi over 3. So one of them would be 4 negative 5 pi over 3. Now that's without using the negative r. If we want to go backwards, which is a negative r, here was our point. So I would be at this angle right here and going backwards and to get to that point. So if it's a negative 4 from the center, I would be at this angle right here, which is 4 pi over 3. So 4 pi over 3. So you go to 4 pi over 3, and then you back up 4, and you would get that same point again. All right, so let's do one more. If we want to do another negative point, we can use both negative angle and negative. So negative 4. So I want to still get to this angle to go back negative 4. So, but let's call it its negative angle. So that is negative 2 pi over 3. So hope you understand that now a little better. Those are easy questions on the test too. So let's go to number 4. 5 pi over 4. Well, the pi over 4s aren't drawn, so there's 1 pi over 4 right here. 2 pi, 3 pi, 4 pi over 4, so here's 5 pi over 4. So 5 pi over 4 is that point. Now, if we want the negative angle, okay, we're going to go backwards in this direction, so that'd be 1 pi over 4, 2 pi over 4, 3 pi over 4. So it's 4 negative 3 pi over 4, because I went negative 3 pi over 4 and forward 4. Okay, now let's use our negative angles. Oops. So graph that point again. 5 pi over 4 was right here. And if I want to go backwards, I just go across here to find this one, and it's pi over 4, right? So I have negative 4 pi over 4, because I was starting here, and instead of going forward to 4, I go backwards 4 in that direction. So there was 1, and now let's get this same angle pi over 4 in the negative way. So both negative, it would be negative 4 and negative, if this is 8 pi over 4, wouldn't that be negative 7 pi over 4? So that's how you do numbers 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay?